The old house stood alone. On the hill it watched. Amelia, young and hopeful, saw charm in its decay. Her family saw danger. They warned her. Their words fell on deaf ears. She was drawn to it. An unseen force pulled her in. The air grew heavy as she crossed the threshold. Dust swirled in the faint light. Shadows danced in the corners. A chill settled over her. It felt like a greeting. A whisper brushed her ear. "Welcome home." She shivered. Excitement warred with fear. She explored each room. The musty sand of time clung to the walls. Floorboards groaned beneath her feet. Each creak and groan was a voice. The house was speaking to her, telling its stories. She felt a presence, watching her, always watching. Amelia dismissed her unease. It was an old house, full of history, and she was its new keeper. She would breathe life into it again, fill it with laughter, but the silence remained, heavy and expectant, waiting. Nights were the hardest. The silence became deafening, broken only by the house settling around her. She heard whispers, her name, a soft murmur in the dark. They seemed to come from the walls themselves, from the shadows that stretched and danced in the flickering candlelight. One night, she saw him, a figure in the moonlight, tall and shadowy. He stood in the doorway, watching her. His eyes glowed with an eerie light. Terror froze her in place. He reached out a hand. His touch sent shivers down her spine. He spoke. His voice was a low thrum, a vibration that resonated deep within her. He spoke of love, of a bond that transcended death. She was captivated, drawn to him. He was the whisper in the night, the presence she felt. Night after night, he came to her. Each visit chipped away at her fear, replaced it with longing. He was her secret, the house's gift to her. She was falling in love with a ghost. Their love was strange, ethereal. He couldn't touch her world, not really, but she felt him in the caress of a cold breeze, in the scent of rain-soaked earth. He was everywhere in the house, holding her, protecting her. He told her stories of his life, his death, of the love they shared in another time. She hung on his every word, lost in a past she never lived. He was her confidant, her lover, the only one who truly understood her. He filled the silence of the house, chased away the shadows with his spectral light. She no longer feared the darkness. She welcomed it. For that's when he came to her, when their love could bloom. The outside world faded. Friends and family became distant memories. Their concern, a buzzing annoyance. She shut them out. Her world was here, with him, in the silence of the house on the hill. Amelia grew thin, her skin pale and translucent. Her eyes, once bright, now held a hollow glow. She was fading, but she didn't care. He nourished her. His love was enough. She felt a constant chill. Even in the heat of summer, she shivered. He was always near, his spectral form, a constant presence. She found comfort in his coldness. It was a reminder of his love. He consumed her thoughts. His voice, a constant echo in her mind. She spoke to him, whispered secrets into the empty rooms. Believed he listened. He was her only companion, her world. She no longer left the house. The outside world held no appeal. It was too bright, too loud, too alive. Here in the hushed stillness of the house she found peace. A terrifying, consuming peace. The weight of his love. Weeks turned into months. Amelia barely recognized herself. Her reflection was a stranger, gaunt, haunted, her eyes two dark pits in a face drained of color. She was a shadow of her former self. She felt weak, drained, her energy slowly seeping away. But she clung to him. His love was a lifeline, a tether to the world, even as it dragged her down. He was more solid now, less a shadow, more a man. His features, once blurred, were becoming clearer. She saw a flicker of triumph in his eyes, a darkness she hadn't noticed before. Fear pricked her, a tiny seed of doubt in the barren landscape of her heart. He sensed it. "Don't you trust me?" His voice was a low growl. The fear vanished, replaced by a wave of shame. He was her everything. How could she doubt him? Martha, her neighbor, noticed the lack of light in the windows, the overgrown garden, the mail piling up at the door. She remembered Amelia's arrival, her warnings about the house. She felt a chill. Dread coiled in her gut. She knocked. Her heart pounded in her chest. Silence met her ears. She knocked again, louder this time. Still no answer. She tried the door. To her surprise, it creaked open. A cold gust of wind hit her. It smelled of decay and something else, something unsettling. She stepped inside. The darkness was thick, heavy. She fumbled for a light switch. A single bulb flickered on, casting long, grotesque shadows on the walls. Dust hung in the air, thick as cobwebs. The house was silent, but not empty. She could feel it, watching her. "Amelia?" Her voice echoed in the stillness. No answer, just the sound of her own heart pounding in her ears. She took a tentative step forward. A floorboard groaned beneath her foot. The sound sent shivers down her spine. Amelia lay in bed. Her body felt heavy, cold. She could barely move. He sat beside her. His touch sent icy sparks across her skin. He was so real now, so solid. "You're so beautiful," he whispered. His voice was different, deeper, more human, but there was an underlying current of something else, something dark. "I'm so tired," she rasped. Her voice was a dry whisper. He leaned closer. His breath was ice on her cheek. "Soon, my love, soon we'll be together, forever." Panic welled up inside her. She wanted to pull away, but she had no strength left. He was draining her. She saw it now, the hunger in his eyes. He wasn't her lover, he was her jailer. She'd been so blind. A loud knock echoed through the house. He stiffened. Anger flashed across his face. He was losing his grip. She clung to that anger, to the hope it brought. "Help me," she whispered. The words were barely audible, but someone heard. Detective Miller, a man hardened by years on the force, felt a chill as he approached the house. The missing person case had been strange. Amelia, a recluse, vanished without a trace. The only clue, a frantic call from an elderly neighbor. He shone his flashlight through the dusty windows. Dust motes danced in the beam. The house looked empty, but he'd learned to trust his gut, and it was screaming at him. He tried the door. It swung open with a groan. The smell hit him first, must and decay, and something else, something cloying, sweet, nauseating. He stepped inside. The darkness felt alive. He drew his gun, his finger on the trigger. He called out, his voice echoing in the silence. "Amelia, police, if you're in here, make a sound." A soft moan came from upstairs. He followed the sound. His heart pounded in his chest. He reached a bedroom. The door was ajar. He pushed it open. The sight that greeted him stopped him in his tracks. Amelia lay on the bed. Her skin was paper-thin, stretched taut over her bones. She looked like a frail bird, wings clipped, ready to be devoured. Beside her a figure shimmered, tall, handsome, solid, but his eyes, they were cold, predatory. "Let her go," Miller growled, his gun trained on the figure. The ghost turned. A sneer twisted his lips. "You can't stop me. She's mine." His voice dripped with possessive malice. He was no love-sick spirit. He was a predator, feeding on her life force. Amelia's eyes met Miller's. A plea in their depths. He saw her fear, her regret, and a flicker of hope. He aimed his gun, not at the ghost but at the floor between them. The shot echoed through the house. The ghost roared in anger. His form flickered. He lunged, not at Miller, but at Amelia. Miller watched in horror as the ghost's hand plunged into Amelia's chest, not to harm her, but to absorb her. He was taking her with him, fulfilling his twisted promise forever. Then they were gone, vanished, leaving behind only a faint chill and the echo of their despair. The house stood silent, victorious. It had claimed another soul.